So yes, and the light's still not going because we're not allowed. You know, there's a contract here says we're basically not allowed to fix things like that. Well, that was like a year ago. Things might have changed, but I go by people's words and actions rather than what says in a contract. Because I used to always go by letter of the law. You know, like typically autistic, like follow all the rules. And I thought everyone would do the same, but got me screwed over. But I'm not saying these people aren't, but that's why that is. And I've sent a number of emails about this leaking tap, but then I figured it out. You know, obviously, I figured it out. Obviously, once something works 2 or 3 times, you know it works indefinitely, right? So I just cranked the tap, hot tap, right open. Not right open, but you know, it's like so the water was fully running, and I waited for like 5 to 10 seconds because I could see all this that the water had gone from like greyish back to white. Just wait till it's back to white and wait for another 3 seconds. Screw it up, hard out, hard out, hard out, and sometimes it stops the dripping, but sometimes it only lessens the dripping. But I'm not allowed to touch it because there's a contract to this place. I mean, this is a oh no, no, it's not state housing because I got to pay 290 to live here. Or was it 200? No, wait. Once I pay up my gym membership and once I pay out my rent, it's been $300 each week. So I think it's 285 to live here. The only reason why I'm still at the gym I'm at is because, again, week to week, work lets me know where I'm working, how much hours I'm working, what time, you know, what day, and if it's night or daytime. And the other place that is the best one, but it's not the best one at the same time, is because it's got 2 swimming pools as well as a big gym room, just like the other place, but that I used to go to in Hawke's Bay, but bigger. But this one's not 24/7. It's only open to a certain amount of time. But then yet again, it's like I didn't get a clear answer. Oh no, I forgot to answer. I forgot to ask when I went in there and I had a good time one time, and that was about a couple of weeks ago, and I forgot to ask if they get swipe tags. If you're actually a full-time member, if you can get swipe tags, so I can work out at the gym and then do everything that I was saying, and then my reward can be swimming in the pool, right? Obviously, I have a shower afterwards too. I've always loved showers, but you know, do all that hard workout I just told you about, and just keep it up and do it regularly. Well, it's not hard, but you know, it's hard in comparison to the average population. But you know, it's pretty normal for me. But I give myself props because no one else does. They never have. They always used to. They just don't get in my face and try and shut me down now. They just don't do that. But they used to always do that. But well, then I got to a stage in my late 20s. It was just sometimes, and then there was like now it's never, but no props, right? But because inner ableism comes from the projection of the world continuously, relentlessly, right? So that's how I know it's not me. If that stuff does come up on my brain, it's just basically repeating what everyone else used to say, not what I used to say, and not what I used to believe. So that's how I fight it, because I know it doesn't come from me. I know that my mind and my thoughts and my belief is totally different. Which is why I'm out there doing all those things, and it's normal for me. And then there's stuff every now and then. It used to be nearly every day, but now it's like every now and then it'll still come in. But the weaponry but then I just fight it off because I know it's not me. I know it's not my thoughts. And the weaponry they use now is just ostracization, as well as giving me weird looks, and on a very rare occasion them telling me that I'm making them feel uncomfortable, and they give me certain looks when they say that to me, and then now they just give me the certain looks without saying anything. But very, very rarely they will say something about me making them uncomfortable, and it's like I'm not even doing anything, I'm just existing. And that's got to do with, like, I went to work one time and this lady told me that she they because they had a contract with another company, and they sent me there to be for one night. And she said that, you know what, you just gotta, because you make us feel uncomfortable, and you make us, and it's like all I was doing was just sitting there, and there was area I had to patrol with one room, so just make sure I was watching. So what would happen was, if no one was in that room, because it was an auctioning room, I would just walk around to keep myself preoccupied, right? But if people are in there, people would come talk to me, and then I'd be talking to them, but also keeping an eye on the auction room, and just other things like this, and I'd be, just keeping an eye out. And this lady came up to me, told me that that basically the person who was, well, not running the auction, but like, she worked for the company, and she told me where everything was. She was telling me that I was making her feel uncomfortable. And she says, like, there's a certain way to act, and a certain, not a certain way to be, but I went to the ADHD group, and this other person, and I'm very merciful towards them, and I like her too. But she said that, autistic people and ADHD people, because she has autism and ADHD, I think that this is a certain way to be, like steering, is meaning that you're paying attention. And they say when you're like looking around and you're thinking and you're talking and you're looking around, people think that you're not paying attention, and then when you're focused in on them, looking at them like this, you're paying attention, but they think that you want to have a fight, so you set people off. And it's like, well, no matter how much I've tried throughout my whole entire life, I told her this too, that's never changed. And again, I went through a 4 or 5 year period where I was trying to fix myself just so I can become very prosperous and thriving in life, and it never went away. It never went away, and I got back into studying about autism when I was about 34. But it was this time around, it was from a acceptance point of view, and I didn't even know that I had ADHD until I was like 35. But I used to hear songs that clearly defines ADHD, and I used to love them, like blame it on my ADD, baby. Maybe I'm a different breed. Da, 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 da. You can blame it on my ADD, baby. Okay, so uncomfortable girls at the gym. Just these girls giving me the same looks today, okay? The world is not made out for me, I may as well say that. Well, But at the same time, I know nothing's going to stop me from getting 6 figures. This is my third one, so I'm going to end it on this one. 1 minute. So yeah, I'm sorry, Orion Kelly, for not watching all your recordings. I got into a phase of hyperfixating about ADHD. I mean, I hyperfixated for about 5 years on Asperger's, now known as Autism Level 1, in my 20s. And when I got to 34, I hyperfixated on autism for 1 year, and I started lessening it off, but mixing it in with ADHD hyperfixation when I was 35. And now I'm 36, but it's still there. But, I saw that autism and alcohol recording you did, as well as your collaboration you had with Proudly Autistic about surviving, and how, you guys were saying like, oh, they've changed it from surviving to thriving, the EU, but it's like, dude, we can thrive. We just need to have you guys take the barriers off us. But I'm watching full episodes now, and I've attempted to give up alcohol 7 times.